your favorite type of cheese?
My favorite type of cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, you ever been to Publix?
Oh yeah, I've been out in Publix.
You know what a pub sub is? I don't really eat
Oh.
cheeses by themselves, but I always go like I alternate between two cheeses whenever I get a chicken tender pub sub. Whenever I have the opportunity to get one, I either get Munster or I get cheddar. So I'd have to go with either one of those being my favorite. But
These are some ass poor choices, I'm not gonna lie. Not even like a goat, not like a Gruyere, not like a blue.
what's that shit that they like treat like butter that the French put on bread? It's like slime basically. That shit's pretty good. Let me look it up.
Gruyere.
Is that what it's called?
I think
I
so.
feel like they gotta have multiple. I thought it started with a B. Creamy French cheese. Yeah, it might be
Yeah,
Gruyere.
Like cum cheese. Look
Not
up.
quite
look up
calm.
Look up French guy cum.
Nah, I'm not looking that up.
Look up French guy coming.
Oh my god, it's okay. It's showing the top 10 French cheeses, and let's see. I think it's got to be at least number 1, right? Because it's some pretty good shit. Let's see.
There's a lot of good French cheeses.
I've heard that they're like popular for it or something. I don't see it. I'm not pronouncing that, but it's like
I think it's Gruyere.
I don't know. I'm telling you, it starts with a B. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
Bitch lasagna.
Okay, there's so many of these. There's so many stupid ass creamy cheeses. Like they should just have one name for them. They don't have to be multiple.
They're all different.
I don't think they are. They all look the same to me.
Well,
It's like fucking Europeans. They're
what
always
race
like,
are
oh,
you? What race are you?
I'm Latinx from Peru.
You're Latinx.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
fully Americanized. Yeah. Try
Dude.
fucking.
Fuck.
I know. I that's my. I don't look it, but I am.
You have a shield. You have a shield.
I
just
do,
put up
I
a
do.
fucking shield for my racial.
I do.
comments.
Oh man, I'm trying to think about some examples of that. Like it's weird because like I kind of have the best of both worlds, you know. Like I'm Latinx, so I can be Latin. I can have Latinx moments, you know. Like what's her name?
Like
What's
that guy from Turbo.
No,
who's
no.
making
It's what's her name?
Making the
Suki.
tacos.
Like Suki's mom saying the N-word, you know. Like I can be like I'm Latina, bro. Like I
I'm a
have
Lat-
N-word slip ups. But then
Yeah, that's
also
true.
like when the
I mean,
nationalists
I'm
take
white,
over.
so I have hard R, intentional moments.
Yeah, when we're gaming, of course. You gotta have the occasional hard R when you're gaming.
Well,
I
it's
feel like
mostly when I'm in the car listening to rap music. I fucking hate rap music.
you gotta say it with the hard R when you're like.
yeah.
You hate rap
No,
music?
no, I'm saying that I'm shouting the hard R N-word at rap music when I'm in the car. Yeah. What's it like being a
I
member
only
of the
say
Latinx
I only say the
community?
N-word whenever I sing rap songs. When what's it like being a member of the Latinx community?
Yeah, what's it like being
It's-
a member of the Latinx community?
It's pretty, you know, there's a lot of like generational trauma.
I will
And,
I will vote.
Yeah.
I will vote.
It's weird. I don't feel it. Like
Oh,
I wish I was more often what's it called? Marginalized, but I'm just too white passing to be. Like once I was at the gym with my friend, we were at the sauna, and there was this guy in there who was like a Greek nationalist, and he was like, "You're Anglo, right?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm
What the
fucking."
fuck?
I'm like, "What
Where
the fuck are
do
you
you
saying?
live?
Like, what are you saying? You don't want to know."
Bro,
can't
I'll
say.
beep it out. I'll beep it out.
Transatlantic. I go by the transatlantic region, so it's like Georgia, Virginia.
Oh, I'm in New York.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
does it smell like shit over there? Are you in like the shitty areas, like the smell shit
Uh,
areas?
Wait, let me get a sniff.
Open
I'll
up the window. I'm determined to find out. It might actually be brioche. You said it's pronounced brioche.
Yeah.
Creamy
Gruyere.
cheeses. Gruyere, brioche. What the? Gouda cheese is pretty good.
Gouda cheese?
Gouda.
Oh, Gouda's great.
You know, cooking with gambish. I don't know.
Gooner cheese is
Gooner
what's growing on my my
Yeah.
dirty pair of panties that's been sitting on my floor. For
That's
the
what I
past
got in my
6 months.
foreskin. My
That's
fucking Catholic
awesome.
foreskin. I got fucking
Wait, you're
Gooner cheese.
uncircumcised?
Hell yeah.
That's true. Latinx people
Hell yeah,
always
we're-
love their foreskin.
We're Catholic. we hands off our foreskin. I don't know if I was reading
my
some.
shit cut, but my girlfriend who's Jewish, her shit got unscathed.
Mutilated. Oh, it was unscathed?
Well, yeah, it'll be mutilated soon. Bottom surgery, inshallah. Actually, I don't know if she wants it.
I don't see why people are so passionate about the topic.
Oh, I'm very anti-circumcision.
Really?
Yeah, no. As a even though I don't know. I try and keep in touch with my Ashkenaz roots. I'm cut. I think it's fucked up to mutilate a baby's genitals.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
I don't think it's just weird. I think it's cruel and wrong.
But do you think it has long-lasting effects on the people that it's done to?
Yeah, you have a reduction in feeling, because most of the feeling is the foreskin rubbing up against the tip of the penis.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I have there's a 70% loss in feeling.
But wouldn't you kind of consider that a superpower? If you're more sensitive, you kind of last shorter.
That's true. Would you say that the Latinx community tends to come too quickly?
I'd say there's an edging culture in the Latinx community to accommodate. We gotta accommodate for the foreskins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I was right. It is brie. It's fucking brie cheese. I like that shit.
Oh, it's brie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But why are there so many that are just creamy? I don't like it. It's pretty good, though.
They'd be jerking it to their child porn in France.
Oh, I hate France. I mean, I like it. I fuck with France heavy, but I don't like how they're, really pedophilic. But that's just kind of Europe.
What's up, lilcomers? It's Composting, the most engaged show in the whole goddamn world. I'm here today with my concentrated guest. Do you want me to call you Rose Media, or?
Sure. I guess that's me.
Yeah, I guess you're Rose Media.
Mr. Media.
Do you want me to say Hamoy from Rose Media?
I don't like that. I don't even know. I gotta come up with a different name. I don't like Hamui. That's ass. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm nameless, faceless. I know it is. Actually, I don't know if it's ass. I came up with it. It's not a word.
Problem. Okay,
do you think it's ass? Do you fuck with it?
Okay, I'm joined by some homeless guy I found who makes videos about why Auschwitz or The Big Lie by Amadeo Bordoni.
That's not actually by Amadeo Bordego.
Oh no, it's by.
I don't even know who it's by.
Axelrod. I did the
really?
recording. Yeah, I recorded an audiobook for it today.
God damn. How was that? I mean, I'm sure it's there's a lot of goofy people who talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I recorded it so that way it's I add a lot of context corrections and I record it alongside the follow-ups, so that way it's all in one place. Go subscribe to Library of the Communist Left. I guess that's a shared channel now.
Yes, because hopefully I can start recording the audiobooks for our channel, and I can put them on there.
I'll give you the if you send me your email, I can give you access to the fucking show.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, I'll continue doing
DM it. But... Yeah. No, but I'm thinking because obviously I was gonna start up a separate one, but fucking my life is so fucking hectic. It's just hard to do anything. But eventually, I would like to start recording audiobooks for the works that we've covered, and I'd love to post those onto the Library of the Communist Left. I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah,
I love the aesthetic. Did you who drew that?
Thank you.
Or is it a painting?
That's the design direction's all me.
Oh, nice.
I'm very into paintings and art, so I just get an opportunity to flex my art knowledge by picking out cool ass paintings for it every week.
I am a Philistine. I'm not
I
good
love
with art.
I love being a chud-coated leftist who's suspiciously into Italian futurism.
It's like that fucking, what is it? Who's that spaceman from Toy Story? Buzz Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear.
You know that like it like zooms out, there's a million of them.
That's true.
You're kind of a year late to the trend though.
I know.
Honestly though, better than ever being a part of it. Because then it is like nobody knows at this point. People have like the memory of 2 months on Twitter. Like
that's true. Okay. So I'm gonna introduce you more properly. You're Rose Mia. You make videos about Marxism on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you my? I wonder, are you my first YouTube friend? Are you my first YouTube buddy?
I think so. I think we're each other's. We're each other's first YouTube buddies.
Yeah. Which I mean, it was. This episode's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We're tight. I've like read quotes in was it just one of your videos?
It was one. It was the Was Ingalls. You were originally supposed to read all of Rosa's.
Yeah, and I was on vacation.
Yeah, it's alright though.
If you need quotes for the fascism video, I'm down to record whatever.
I have a few quotes for the next one because that fascism video is basically all wrapped up. I've just been I've been sitting on my ass, fucking nervous as fuck about it. But the next one, I've got plenty of quotes that I have not designated anybody for. If you're down,
yeah. I mean, next one, if you need script consultation, I know that I fucking put you off for this one.
Nah, don't worry about it. I don't communicate at all. Like I'm so bad at communication.
You're a terrible communicator.
I feel horrible.
Okay, can we talk about our beef?
We have beef.
We have beef. Yeah.
All right, let's
talk about it. How'd you forget about the beef? Okay. So we were supposed to have a video, 2 videos, one on both of our channels, coming out May 1st.
Yes.
Like the fucking May Day special, where I put in so much work going through the history of class consciousness in cinema, finding a movie for every single decade since the first film ever made, even talking about the first film ever made. And what'd you do?
I fucking forgot the follow through, and I do feel bad, but I genuinely... I thought that this next video was going to take a lot less work, and I was hoping that our co-writer IAC, like, he went ahead and announced that, hey, give us readings on fascism, and I was like, bro, I don't want to do a video on fascism. I don't feel capable of doing it. I know I'm going to fucking spend months just like in my head not thinking I'm able to do this script.
Yeah.
So that completely derailed everything. Like I had a bunch of videos plotted out that were based off the research that I already had, and then boom, I got to do this one. So it just derailed a lot of everything.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
I genuinely thought I was going to have a video out by March, or even like late February. But then, boom, I had to fucking do research for this one, and it's like, I hope it's good, but I don't even know if it is going to be.
It might be. If it's bad, I'll give it to you gentle, alright?
Oh yeah, thank you.
I mean, so much of what I've been reading for the audiobooks thing has just been like, Italian communist left articles on fucking fascism. They love writing about that shit.
Oh yeah. I don't remember who it is that I got it from. I sent you the article. I don't know if I DM'd it to you or I just messaged to you or I replied it on Twitter. But it was that one. It was like, what was it? It was like fascism in Germany by some Italian left communist faction. But like they moved to France, so they wrote all their writings in France. But they wrote it with an accent for some reason. So like the Google Translates are horrible. Those 2 texts provided a lot of information for this video.
Yeah.
But yeah, they love talking about it.
Communist,
Let's see. I have
the against the infantile anti-fascism.
No. There's someone on Instagram that I'm mutuals with called Proletarian Supremacist, and I messaged them because I was like, guys, I was like fucking crashing out. I was like, guys, I don't know, like I don't trust my writing at all. Can someone like let me know if I'm like mistaken or something? And then they went ahead and read it, and they were like, hey, so like, what's up? And I was like, can I tell you my problems with it? And I told them that I didn't feel like it went into depth enough about the 1923 revolution because I read some shit from Trotsky, and I honestly didn't find Trotsky's analysis of fascism to be satisfactory. So I was like, fuck it, like.
It's a fine starting point. It's like not bad. It's like not as bad as you'd expect, but it's still. He's still a crypto-Stalinist.
I think he does a lot of good job. He does a good job analyzing I liked his analysis of the special bodies of armed men that fascism forms, like why they form black shirts. I liked what he talked about, the difference between the military dictatorship and normal fascism. I loved that part. I definitely used that. But then a lot of the other parts I just didn't fuck with, and I had to turn to the left communists to get the information from that. So a lot of that's based off Bourdain, and then what's not quoted is based off of this other left communist faction, and that like they retreated to France. I don't know anything about it, but I just got sent it.
I don't know. I'm learning very quickly about all of these different journals and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the Solar Collective people, they do a lot of archival work, so I'm sure
they seem awesome. Like I've seen,
they are awesome. No, like I'm hanging out. Like, I'm a part of the Solar Collective, obviously.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I hang out with them, like, all the time. They're some of the smartest people I know. They're the group that's behind Library of the Communist Left. Like, obviously, I plugged the shit out of it because, I'm involved with it. And I am taking a leading role in it. But, like, it's a group effort with them, and there's some smart ass motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, they're incredible. Like I've been meaning to write this one work that they have on like developments of imperialism in the 21st century, which I saw Anon plug a while ago, and I haven't gotten to it, but it looks really interesting.
Anon's a smart dude too. He recommended I do a reading of Fascism, Democracy, Communism by Versace. I read that, and that was really insightful. I don't know, there's just so many really good, interesting texts that I think are really deserving of, like, audiobooks and shit. It's like, I'm a comedian. I don't know that I have anything original to say. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if I have anything original to say half the time.
Original writing. No, except I think that we're doing a similar thing, which is good, which is making these, left communist analyses more accessible.
I've never really considered myself a left communist, but I do understand that like a lot of left communist positions are just authentically Marxist.
Yeah, like, I would consider you a left communist just essentially because you understand Marx and have a good grasp on Marxism. Like most very principled Marxists just end up falling into that camp.
They get labeled it regardless.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, what would I prefer to call myself? A left communist or a Marxist? I'd prefer to call myself a Marxist or a communist.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. I do think that, like, I don't really mind the label. It makes sense. And I think it's a very, very good intellectual tradition that if I have any connection to it, I don't know, I'm happy with.
I can see it as endearing when people label you it, because it's like it's like,
unless they're like saying, it's like racist left.
No, it's kind of fun, honestly, because it's like these people they'll label you it if they don't know as much about something as you do, or if they don't know something like that's fundamental to Marxism. They're like, yeah, man, like communism is going to have classes. Like, what do you mean? And then they'll be like, you're a left com or an ultra because you think that communism's classless. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Well, yeah, it's just because the median communist is either a liberal or a Stalinist or just some other form of
liberal.
Yeah, exactly. Like they all reject Marxism and its core tenets, at least to a certain extent, in a way that left coms really don't.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I guess that's why that tradition has always appealed to me. Like for the past, like, I mean, that goes back for like what? Like 3 or 4 years for me. Like before I was on Twitter even. Which is funny because a lot of people assume that I became a left communist because of like Twitter memes, which is so insanely stupid.
I actually joined Twitter. I was on it in like 2020, and then I really distanced myself from all that shit. A lot of lore there, but it's just like I originally was in this community, and there was this one person who introduced me to like left communism, Bodega, back in like I think like it had to be very early or very early 2021 or late 2020. And
I'll
my
beep
friend
this
and
out
I,
if he doesn't want to be mentioned, but is that Nick Rocheco?
huh?
Is that Rick Owens ML/Nick?
No, fuck no.
No, okay.
No, that was like way before that. No, I
Okay.
had this one friend who ended up becoming a COTS guy, pretty stupid and annoying. But my friend and I were both Marxist-Leninists back in 2020, like when coronavirus hit. He got me into Marxism-Leninism, and we started communicating with like other communists, and then we came across this one who was like, no, y'all are wrong, like Marxism-Leninism is fucking stupid, and like we couldn't contest what she was saying. It's like, yeah, you're right, like it is fucking stupid. So
Yeah.
I considered myself a left comm. After that, I read some Bodega and I read some basic Marx, but I feel like it was never really something I could really call myself. Like I knew the basics, but it wasn't really anything more profound. Like,
yeah, I feel like a lot of people are in that boat. Like, I've talked to disgraced former co-host Joku about it. She's like, yeah, I agree with most of what you say, but I'm not comfortable like saying, oh, I'm a Marxist, I'm a whatever.
Honestly, I think it's like,
right, X, Y,
yeah,
and Z. Which
I definitely
is like,
think
that's fair. And I feel like that was the catalyst for me starting the audiobooks thing. Because it's like, even as someone that reads a lot, I'd like to consider myself very well read. It's hard to like sit, especially as someone with ADD. It's hard to sit down and read a book.
You ever been on Adderall?
Yeah,
Love it.
I abuse the shit out of Adderall.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!
Dude, I'm a fucking ice head. I fucking love Blow. I fucking love Addy.
Whoa, you've done.
Yeah, I love.
Oh fuck yeah! Tell me about that.
Hell yeah. Well, not on here because I'm 20, and that's illegal as
Okay,
fuck.
that's fair. We can talk about that after.
No,
You-
but
you
like,
can
dude,
Bleep that
I
out.
don't
Bleep
know.
that out.
Yeah, but I've been doing a lot of Molotov lately.
Oh shit.
Bottoming on
Oh.
that'll change your life. Trust me. I don't know. Are you gay? I know
Nah.
you're Latinx, and that's not acceptable in the Latinx.
Yeah, no,
community.
I'd get stoned. They'd kill me. My whole family would disown me if I were
Okay, so
gay.
if you I want you to get a spicy Latina to peg you when you're.
I don't. I honestly, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I could date a Latina woman. It feels
true.
it feels edible. You know?
I don't
I've
know.
thought
I
about
do
this a
feel
lot,
weird
like-
about the fact that I do just keep ending up dating Jews. Like when I started dating Alexis, I didn't realize that she was Jewish. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, this is my Star of David necklace." I'm like, "Oh well." It just keeps happening to the point that it looks like I'm like some sort of like Orthodox. Like, I have to continue the fertility of the race to keep the chosen people living forever.
You sound like you're like Bernie Sanders, kind of a Bernie Sanders
No, it's my
accent.
Yeah, it's my New York Jew voice.
Hell yeah, fucking I guess Bernie Sanders. No, he's not from New York.
Yeah,
is
he's
he?
from
He's
New
like,
York. He is.
really? But he's the governor of Virginia, right? I don't know anything about
He
geography.
moved to Vermont.
Vermont.
Honestly, I read his autobiography, Our Revolution. Horrible name, but it was quite interesting. I thought it was one of the better American politician autobiographies I've read.
I've not read about American politician autobiography.
I don't know, dude. I read a fuck ton. Like,
I don't. I wish I read more.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Honestly, I view myself as like a lot dumber than I really am. Because when I really put it into perspective, it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are faking it until they make it, which is fair.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I am to a certain extent. But it's like with the politics thing, I will say I am like, I do constantly come back to on the politics podcast, like, but what do I know? I'm a stand-up comedian, which is true. But I don't know. I read. I enjoy reading.
It's the same thing like you said with the whole ADHD thing. Like Adderall has made it a lot easier, but then you run out and it's like, you just you get all that brain fog, and then it makes it hard to do anything else. And
we should totally hang out sometime and do Adderall.
Fuck yeah. Adderall and just read all day. I'm down.
Adderall and reading.
Adderall and let's write fucking notes on all 3 volumes of Capital.
Legal prescriptions and legal prescription. Dude, man, I don't know. I want to fucking throw a rager. I want to throw a Lefcom rager. That'd be fun.
I'm scared of parties.
You're literally Latinx, bro. You're literally.
What's that like? Is that the one that you're referring to, where it's like you're literally Latinx? I can't even think of like what I'm thinking of.
The taco guy.
Yeah, no, not the taco guy. It's like I know someone on Twitter replied with it once, and I was like, I think it was literally, yeah, you're literally Latinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't like it. Like, I don't like loud noises and just crowds. I prefer just not being there. And it just sucks with my family because literally every week we have some massive event. And it's like, it gets really tiring. It's like, I've been dealing with this shit since I was like a baby. Like, I'm ready.
Catholic and have Easter tomorrow?
Easter's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I skipped Passover.
Scramble some eggs. I'm not really Catholic.
Well, I'm not really Jewish. But, like, you know.
I'm lucky that my mom didn't really ever force religion onto me. My grandma, I remember praying with her when I was younger with my abuelita, but she's not really, like, she's religious, obviously, but it's
was your grandma a fiery, thick Latina, would you say?
I haven't seen pictures, and I wouldn't like to.
I would.
I'll make sure to mail them over if I ever find them.
The hell yeah. You're mailing me a Red One coaster too.
Yes, I am. I actually have. Awesome. I'll find that. I'll take a picture of it real quick. I can find it.
Great. Can you sign it?
I need to come up with a signature, I guess. And get the first one.
That's awesome. Oh, dude, wait until there's Rose Media merch. I can't wait to buy like a shitty...
I can't wait to make the cum rags.
I can't wait to buy a shitty Gildan t-shirt. That is your logo on it.
I've actually thought about it. I've thought about if there were ever, like, if I were ever to shell out like that, I want to make a video about Lenin talking about how you should start a small business as a communist. Like, it would be
my defense.
No, I think that'd be such a funny thing. Like, I think it would be a funny video being like, this is Lenin talking about how like communists should form like small businesses, and then going into all the reasons why he said it, and at the end being like, and by the way, here's our fucking merch shop, guys. Like, go ahead and buy something.
Oh yeah, but honestly, I do want to make merch. However, I'm gonna like get a screen printing thing. I'm actually already in touch with a really nice shirts distributor.
Oh, nice.
That makes shirts from recycled cotton.
I remember I was in a like the band I was in when I was younger. When the lead singer released her album for the band, she ended up making merch, and that's one of my biggest regrets is not getting one of those shirts because I was being petty and I was like, I don't want to get one of these shirts. Like, I'm not gonna fucking buy your merch. I wish I got it. Like,
yeah, when my merch line comes out, I want it to be more like a cool shirts thing where it's just like a fashion brand associated, because I'm very into fashion. I want to do a recreation of Jake Paul's Buy That Merch music video. I think it's dog shit. However, he did make the song. Buy that merch. Buy that merch. All I want for Christmas is that Jake Paul shirt. Buy that merch. Buy that merch. You gotta tell your mama that she's gotta buy it all.
It's fucking killing my computer. What was that, by the way?
The bot joined and then rejoined.
Is the bot okay?
I hope.
Are you okay, bot?
Anyway, speaking of civilization, we watch 2025's Warfare.
You said horrible that I kind of enjoyed it.
So this is from the director of Civil War and Ex Machina.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, Ex Machina was also made by A24.
Yeah, you
was it?
It
was. Well, and then it's also, was that one iRobot, was that made by A24?
Maybe, I don't know, but it was directed by Alex Garland, who directed Civil War. It is a movie based on Mendoza, the co-director's experiences during the Iraq War as a Navy SEAL It's a reenactment of a encounter he and his platoon experienced on November 19th, 2006, in the wake of the Battle of Ramadi. To maintain historical accuracy, the film's material is exclusively taken from the testimonies of platoon members. I'm sure that's very unbiased and accurate, as presented in real time, beginning from the main title, which is that was a cool decision. Ensemble cast, and it's dedicated to a member of the platoon who lost his leg. Scoreboard!
Yeah,
Scoreboard!
He pulled up like Hector Salamanca at the end of the movie.
I know him. I killed that guy.
That was a weird. I didn't like that. Like, it kind of took me out of it. I'm like, why are you gonna have this cripple like fucking pull up who lost his legs doing war crimes?
I'm sorry, but like I need to see no motherfucker in a wheelchair. Respectfully.
Yeah, like come on. Like I was fucking with the movie until these motherfuckers came out with
wheels over here because that motherfucker looked like a snack.
It was interesting. It was intense. There were some things I liked about the movie. I liked how it all happened within one house.
Yeah, I did like the limited set design. I like the fact that it was shown in real time. Alex Garland knows how to make a gunfight intense.
I felt those gunshots. They were crazy. I've never seen gunshots.
Decent. Yeah.
Like I've never seen gunshots like that in a movie. I thought that was pretty impressive.
The sound design was pretty good. However, it just felt like a very out of touch, out of time. I'm out of touch. I'm out of time. Pro-American, like Iraq War movie in the vein of Black Hawk Down, etc., etc. And it left a very, very, very bad taste in my mouth.
It's really weird to me because the entire time I told you about it, like when I was messaging you about the movie, but the entire time, like these people look so fucking traumatized. Like I could see pain in these people's eyes, and like the entire time I was expecting someone to be like, "I'm fucking sick of this. Like, why are we doing this?" And then the ending where it's just like, "Fuck yeah, war!" It's like, bro, what? You just show these people being like fucking traumatized. Like these people were having panic attacks and like disassociating. How are you gonna be like celebrating?
And they're all like Navy SEALs, which Navy SEAls aren't fucking human.
Yeah. Like you're like a specialized fucking war criminal.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna read my Letterboxd review, which is something I rarely do. Disgusting in a way that's difficult to communicate. The image of the real bastards behind this absolute destruction of the entire neighborhood, on set in the credits, flipping off the camera as if to say "Mene Frego," is so inhumanly cruel. Such people belong in ICJ courtroom being tried for crimes against humanity, not in the thank you credits of a movie. Like, this movie literally opens up with them breaking into some family's house.
Yeah, I was a little bit, I was drinking throughout the movie, so I like, that came to me like towards the end when they were like escorting the family out, and it's like, damn, these people literally like, they were hired to kidnap a family, and they're just like showing this is a great thing. It's so weird. Like, it was a very... I liked aspects of the movies from like a film perspective, but then it's like you said, when you put it in perspective with everything else, it's just it's horrible movie.
Yeah, it reminds me of Civil War in the sense that Alex Garland's horrible politics are holding back what is a technically impressive film. Because much like Civil War,
thank you.
I was technically impressed. This film is wonderfully shot. Very technically impressive, particularly on the budget. Which is why I do think I was too harsh on initial rating. And I will be updating my personal account rating to affect the rating I'll give on this show. But I do think that the fact that it purely exists to glamorize the U.S. military and justify them breaking into some poor family's house, ordering shelling on their own house, and causing this unnecessary battle that wouldn't happen if they hadn't broken into somebody's house. Like, these are just, like, yes, they're Islamist extremists, obviously. However,
we're responsible for. It's like,
yeah, they're Islamist extremists that were responsible for after creating a power vacuum with getting rid of Hassam. Fucking, what's his name?
I think Saddam was Iraq, right?
Saddam, yeah. Saddam, who we propped up to begin with.
Yeah, it's like
we're getting a power vacuum after that, and because of that, it led to these terrorist groups rising, and like.
Oh, hold up! I'm sorry. Hold up. You could have just heard the most broken Spanish in the world. Okay, I was talking to my grandma. All right, you can continue. I apologize.
No worries. And like the thing is that if some random soldier from some foreign country invaded my house and kept my family and I trapped at gunpoint in a bedroom while they used my house as a little army barracks and destroyed all of my shit. And caused my house to get riddled with fucking bullets. Yeah, I would immediately join the Mujahideen.
Yeah, like, absolutely you would. It's like that's just natural instinct. Like you're gonna wanna, you see your family fucking get horrified. Like you see your friends dying. You see your entire neighborhood get blown up, and your family house being destroyed. It's like, yeah, you're gonna go join ISIS. Like not like you're gonna. Not, I mean, obviously that wasn't ISIS at the time. But.
Despite the fact that it wants to glamorize these soldiers, I'm consistently shocked by the horrible things that they do. They're just sort of glazed over. Like the fact that they use Iraqi soldiers as human shields. They're second-class soldiers in their view. And like whenever there is any chance of attack or somebody waiting for them out of a building, they make the Iraqis go out first, because if they're killed, that's nothing lost, really.
I remember watching it and I wrote notes about it. I'm like, okay, so these people, like, they're clearly treating them as like human shields. Like you said, they're like treating them in a horrible way. And in my head, I was like, you're watching this, it's like, it's clear that what they're doing is fucking bad. So the fact that when you contextualized it for me, when you were like, yeah, this is a pro fucking war movie, I was like, oh, fuck, can you like make this and then go away and be like, fuck yeah, I love it.
I don't know, it's such a confused movie because it ends with like, oh yeah, thank the troops, I love America, etc. But everything about this makes me happy seeing these people get their shit blown up, because it opens up with them like ogling women and screaming like a bunch of pigs, looking at a workout tape. It's like
gooning to each other.
Yeah, like you would think that if Garland wasn't up his own ass, that would be to establish what like vile people they are. And it's like, yeah, like that. But no, it's so confused. It's a lot like Civil War in this regard, where it's just saying nothing, and he attempts to again make a movie about war, but try and remove it from the politics of war. It's trying to assert that, like, the sort of liberal support the troops view is apolitical in any way, which is very confused. It's utterly confused, and it leads to a movie which I would characterize as the epitome of a banal, pro-war film.
I just, like, the entire time I was expecting it to be an anti-war film. Like, just the vibes that it gave. Like, just seeing people traumatized, seeing people doing horrible things, like, experiencing horrible events.
It thinks it's anti-war. Most pro-war movies think that they're anti-war, which is why there's only
That's a
like
good. I've seen the video.
3 anti-war movies.
Yeah.
What video?
There's just this video. It's like there's no anti-war movie that I saw circulating around a long time ago.
Oh, there is.
I actually never watched it.
It's called Come and See.
Oh, really?
No, it's a. It's a famous quote from a famous film critic. There is no.
That explains it. That makes sense as a fucking title.
But no, I think that Come and See is a good example of that. I think that fucking
Paths of Glory.
Front, the original
shit was good.
Paths of Glory.
Yeah, that shit was awesome. That's for later, though.
We'll get to that. Get excited. Get your dicks hard. Get your dicks hard. Start gooning. Start edging. Latinx style.
When I watched it, like, it's like when they show them breaking into the home, it's like a horror film. Like, the way that it's shot, it's disturbing.
They do everything that they can to try and, like, make these people as good as possible. Or, like, just stay calm. We're here to save you. Or whatever the fuck.
They start screaming at the family, being like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're gonna get out. Like, And when the fucking mother and daughter are like screaming their guts out, it's horrible.
I know, it's terrible, and it just ends so confused. There is a universe in which, honestly, you know how you make this movie good?
Remove the ending.
You know, not just that, but make the everything title card the same, and then it's shown from the perspective of Mujahideen.
That's exactly what I wrote in the notes. I was like, imagine like it was shot from the perspective of the family. Even like I wrote that in my notes. I was like, imagine like it just opens with the like family going to sleep, and then boom, they're woken up in the middle of the night by a fucking like a squad.
If it was from the perspective of different Iraqis, that would be very cool. I think that would be a great thing. And it's like, I don't know, it just feels so trite and unnecessary. Like, how many fucking movies like this do we have already? You could have done something interesting, except that takes, chutzpah in a way that Alex Garland clearly does not have.
I don't know if it's just because I don't watch that many movies, but like you said, I found it technically impressive, but then when I learned about everything surrounding it, like the ending completely threw me off.
Yeah, it's most shitty A24 movies, because A24 doesn't make movies that they don't visually look good, really.
I actually thought it looked interesting, but maybe like that's my perspective. Maybe I'm just okay. So it looked good. Yeah, I thought it looked beautiful. Yeah.
The technicals were good.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. A lot of that is like, did you see it in IMAX?
I don't even know. Let's see.
You saw it in the theater. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like you don't get that sort of sub bass on the TV or wearing headphones. Unless you're me using my studio monitors.
I guess, yeah. I was like, there was a part, like, I think when they got blown up, that's when I stopped writing as many notes and I actually got really invested in the movie. I was like I was actually very interested.
Yeah, like, I will say the visual effects on the gore is
that shit was crazy!
It's gripping.
The guy fucking screaming.
Yeah, the guy's screams were unconvincing.
Really?
One guy whose legs were blown off, it felt very... it felt goofy.
I thought it was funny when the guy was, like, asking for more morphine, and then the guy was like, you're the least of our fucking concerns, bro.
I like that.
That was fun. I liked that.
I like the one guy who's just an asshole who, like, steps on somebody's leg, and everybody's telling him to shut the fuck up. He's like some fucking Dago wop. He's like, hey, how we doing here?
It's like,
hey.
He's talking about how that's not the way. Like, come on, you don't. That's a paper cut. It's like, bitch, you got his fucking legs blown off, and then the guy was like, don't talk to him like that, bro. And then
funny.
Out of nowhere, he's like, this guy's gonna die if we don't get him out, guys. Like, we gotta get people in here right now. It's like that was kind of a switch up. I was like, you were just like being a dick to this guy, and then you like look to your leader, and you're like,
I mean, I guess that's how people are, but
yeah.
I don't know. I walked away from it feeling
It was a very surreal experience to see the ending.
I don't know. I feel like
pointing at the camera.
Yeah, the ending's definitely the most interesting part. Oh, and when I say Mene Frego, that's a Italian fascist phrase meaning I don't give a fuck. Which I feel like the application of that should be quite obvious.
Yeah.
The ending. It was, I don't know. It's a deeply reactionary work with a lot of technically impressive aspects to it. But I feel like I can't give it anything more than like a 10.
You know what?
A 10. Out of 30.
Okay. Why 30? Is that the letterbox?
Yeah. No, 30 has just been what we've used since forever.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's just me now. We used to each rate off 15, but now I'm alone.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, not for long, right? You're getting a new co-host.
That's not announced yet.
Oh, I bleep that and make it super ominous.
No, I think it would be very funny. I think,
I revealed it.
Get them talking. No, because they don't know who it would be.
Yeah, no, I definitely build up hype. Like, be like, wait, what's going on?
True.
Like,
that makes it our number 88. Oh, hell yeah!
It's the year after the bite of 87.
No, it's the Hitler number.
1488, right?
Yeah.
Something.
No, 14 is we must secure a future for our white Aryan children. And
I gotta get with the
it's
Nazi
all
lore.
No, I know because that shit got spray painted at a building I used to work at.
Really?
There's also GTK,
God.
RWN, guess the or now.
Ooh.
Swastika.
Fight the power!
There's gonna be a lot of censoring in this episode.
Yeah, there is gonna be a lot of censoring in this episode. That one's. I feel like you could make that work. What else could you make? I know I'm not gonna keep going with this.
Yeah, we should stop.
Just stop.
I'm like 3 beers deep.
Yeah, let's stop. Let's talk about Paths of Glory from Stanley Kubrick.
Fucking beautiful.
1957.
Phenomenal.
Love his earlier movies, and goddamn, it was fantastic. This is a film about a specific controversy within the French military during the first inter-imperialist war. Well, not first world inter.
Great Imperial conflict.
Great Imperial conflict. Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to get my woke terms for World War One figured out.
I think it sounds cool. You know, it sounds like.
Oh, it
like
does sound way harder. Like
it's like
the second Great Imperial conflict is so fucking hard.
Yeah, like it sounds so cool. Like
Yeah.
World War One, the Great War. Like shut the fuck up.
Bro,
I'm calling it an
imperial
conflict.
What's so great about it, bro? What's so
People
great
died,
about
bruh. What's so cool about that? That's sensitive.
Because you want to know why shit great? Because they got that mustard gas.
Oh! Yo, do you think
Mustard
Kendrick,
gas.
if mustard gas was made today, do you think they'd get Kendrick Lamar to sponsor it?
Dude, that would be so awesome if I was in World War One and the mustard gas came, I'd be like, oh, mustard on the gas hole.
All right.
They not like us.
About Paths of Glory. I didn't know that this guy made more. Like I saw Full Metal Jacket once. I thought it was pretty cool.
Dude,
I didn't know he
Kubrick's
made more.
Kubrick's my favorite fucking director. He made The Shining.
What do you think of Clockwork Orange? What do you think of? Oh, you said it.
Clockwork Orange is the motherfucking movie that got me into movies.
Let me send you a fucking picture of the poster on my wall right now.
Oh, Joku got me a Clockwork Orange poster recently. I still haven't gotten it from him. Yeah.
That's sick.
I
was in a comic store. I was in a comic store in what is it? What's that like? What the fuck is it? Savannah, Georgia. I was in a comic book store.
Savannah's pretty cool.
I love Savannah.
I like Atlanta more.
Really? I like how it's just like.
Well,
I guess it's kind of fucked up.
I get that you don't like the Black X community as a Latinx person, but yeah, I
don't know how to. That's what I was about to say. Is that like, is it okay to like Savannah? Because it's like you're walking down the same. Like
Savannah,
it didn't get bombed
Savannah
to shit,
very,
or not bombed to shit. You know, it wasn't destroyed in the Civil War because they put
Latinx
giant ass walls around it. So, is everything okay? Can you hear me?
Anyway, this is about the Souain corporals affair. Hello?
Hey, am I back? Sorry,
Yeah,
you paused for like my internet's kind of shit in my room.
Damn, it's fine. Okay, what I was just gonna say is that this is based on the Souain corporals affair during World War One, starring Kirk Douglas as Colonel Dax, the commanding officer of French soldiers who refused to continue a suicidal attack, after which Dax defends them of charges of cowardice in a court-martial. This is fantastic.
It was a beautiful movie.
It's a mix of war film, legal thriller, so much more, and it is one of the most wonderfully shot movies I've ever seen. These trench shots. Holy shit! He has like these 5-minute continuous shots with a rolling cart going through a trench, walking down. It's incredible. It's wonderful. It's so excellently choreographed.
I wrote that in my notes.
The effects are incredible and daring. Like, they're just real explosions going off right next to people's heads. It's fantastic. So this film opens up with a discussion between generals about taking the Ant Hill, which is just like a German position that had been held for a long time. And they make the decision that at the cost of 70% of their men, they'll take the position, which that's insane.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And it's true. Everything in this is true, which is why it was banned in France until the 70s.
Oh, of course. I did not know that. That, of course, fuck France. It's like Japan not talking about World War II. Fucking bullshit. I thought it was a beautiful movie. Like you said, the trench shots were incredible. I was entrenched in the trench shots. Like, they really got me. No, I'm serious. Like, I wrote a note about it, and while I was writing it, I was like, am I being stupid? Like, this is just a trench shot. And I'm very happy you mentioned how like they were beautiful, because when I wrote that note, I was like, oh god, like there's plenty of trench shots in movies. What makes this one good? But it was just something about
5 minutes fucking long.
Yes, I was right. Ooh, it was a long
part, continuous shot,
yes!
Perfectly choreographed of people walking down the front. Do you know how fucking many hundreds of takes that takes to get that perfect?
It was beautiful.
This is why people that were in Kubrick films would say he's the worst director to work for.
Yeah, but
because
it's like
the fact that anything less than perfection was not taken.
That's okay. That's what you need for art, though. That's what you need for art.
Yeah,
like,
this
you can't just settle with mediocre.
Artful as fuck. Unless you're my good friend Capital Accumulator, who gave up on watching it and said that Skibidi Toilet is better, so he wrote an essay about it, which I will now read.
You're gonna read it?
I'm going to read my friend Capital Accumulator, his essay about why Skibidi Toilet is better than this movie. I'd like for you to respond. In academic argumentation, the aesthetic and cultural supremacy of Skibidi Toilet over the oeuvre of Stanley Kubrick. As a film critic with 4 decades of experience, I have witnessed the evolution of art through countless lenses, technological, cultural, and philosophical. The works of Stanley Kubrick, long canonized as exemplars of auteurist filmmaking, have been lauded for their technical precision, thematic depth, and visual innovation. Films such as 2001: A Space Odyssey, 1968, A Clockwork Orange, 1971, and The Shining, 1980, are often cited as pillars of modern cinema. However, I propose a provocative thesis. Every single one of Kubrick's films is objectively inferior to every single episode of Skibidi Toilet, the viral machinima web series created by Alexei Gerasimov under the moniker The Fuck Boom. This argument hinges on 5 key pillars: cultural relevance, narrative efficiency, accessibility, technological ingenuity, and emotional resonance. By examining these criteria, I aim to demonstrate that Skibidi Toilet not only surpasses Kubrick's filmography, but redefines the boundaries of cinematic storytelling in the digital age. Part 1. Cultural relevance, the pulse of Generation Alpha. In Kubrick's films, while groundbreaking for their time, are products of a bygone era steeped in the anxieties of the Cold War, Freudian psychology, and modernist skepticism. Dr. Strangelove, 1964, satirizes nuclear brinkmanship. 2001: Space Odyssey grapples with humanity's cosmic insignificance. And Eyes Wide Shut, 1999, probes bourgeois ennui. These themes, though intellectually stimulating, feel distant to contemporary audiences, particularly Generation Alpha, who have grown up in a hyper-connected, meme-driven digital landscape. Kubrick's deliberate pacing and esoteric subtext cater to an elite cinephilic audience, alienating those versed in mid-20th century cultural contexts. In contrast, Skibidi Toilet is a cultural juggernaut, resonating deeply with Generation Alpha as their first native internet phenomenon. Since its debut on February 7, 2023, the series has amassed over 65 billion YouTube views, spawning merchandise, fan theories, and even talks of a Hollywood adaptation helmed by Michael Bay. It is an absurd premise. Human toilets with human heads battling cyborgs with audiovisual equipment taps into the anarchic spirit of the internet, ranging from 11 seconds to 25 minutes, delivers a raw on each. Oh my fucking god! the formatting is so bad. Each episode, ranging from 11 seconds to 25 minutes, delivers a raw, unfiltered reflection of the digital age's chaotic sensibilities, making it a living artifact of 21st century youth culture. Kubrick's films, bound by their historical specificity, cannot match this immediacy or universal appeal. 2. Narrative efficiency. Of maximal impact to minimal time. Kubrick, oh my fuck, it goes for so fucking long.
I'm reading, come on.
Dude, it's just 10,000 characters.
You got this, come on. I can read it, I can take over. Send it over.
Yeah,
I'll take over. Send it over. We're getting through this.
It's a text document, so you're going to want to open it in your, like, my fucking god.
You remember Family Guy funny moments? That was the original Skippity Toilet. I think so, at least. I feel great. So fucking old.
That's great, buddy. Okay.
Okay.
Take it up at point 2.
Fuck you.
Point 3, then we'll keep alternating.
Wait, which part was I at? Which part were you at?
You need to press the download button.
Yug. Yug.
You're at part 2.
All right. Oh.
Narrative efficiency. Maximal impact to minimal time.
I'm going to control F that real quick. Narrative. Okay, yeah. Kubrick's filmmaking is synonymous with sprawling runtimes and meticulous pacing. 2001: A Space Odyssey clocks in at 142 minutes, with long stretches of silence and abstract visuals. Barry Lyndon, 1975, lingers for 185 minutes on its protagonist's rise and fall.
It doesn't fucking
This
linger.
Indulgence... It doesn't?
Nothing about lingers. It's a perfect movie.
This indulgence, while artistically ambitious, often tests viewers' patience, demanding sustained attention that feels anachronistic in an era of fragmented media consumption. Kubrick's narratives, through layered, unfolded at a glacial pace, prioritizing atmosphere over economy. Skippity Toilet, by contrast, exemplifies narrative efficiency. Episodes as short as 11 seconds convey entire story arc battles, betrayals, and technological escalations without a single line of discernible dialogue. This show-don't-tell approach aligns with the modern storytelling trends, where brevity is paramount. For instance, Episode 4 depicts a restaurant invasion of Skippity Toilets, subtly hinting at a viral infection, transforming humans into toilet-headed beings. All within a minute. Such economy achieves what Kubrick's protracted sequences cannot. Instant engagement and relentless momentum. The series' ability to pack dystopian warfare, character development, and surreal humor into bite-sized formats outstrips Kubrick's verbose explorations, proving that less can indeed be more. I think I agree with that.
I know. Part 3, accessibility, democratizing art for the mass. That's fucked up.
Fuck
I
yeah.
thought that we were anti-democracy. I thought we were anti-democracy.
I think he's just using democracy as a synonym.
Dude, no, except it's fucked up to say. That's fucked up to say.
I thought we had
principle. Okay. Kubrick's films are often criticized for their inaccessibility. His use of dense symbolism, 2001's Monolith, non-linear structures, The Killing, 1956, and polarizing content, A Clockwork Orange's ultra-violence. Wait, why aren't you going for Lolita there? I feel like Lolita is a better example of polarizing content, but whatever.
Yeah, I feel like Clockwork Orange is just about rape.
Well, I guess, okay, except Lolita is more about rape.
Really? Oh, I guess it's true. It's because it's literally grooming.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I stand by Kubrick's Lolita, and that's like a hot take, but I feel like
I have to stand by,
because it's like it's for personal reasons. I hate that people are like, you can't enjoy art that talks about dark subjects. It's like, come on. Creates barriers for casual viewers. Well, this exclusivity burnishes its reputation among synesthetes. What the fuck? He made a new slur. It limits his work's reach, regulating it to academic circles and art house theaters. Even The Shining, his most mainstream film, demands familiarity with horror tropes and psychological nuance to fully appreciate its subtext. Skibbity Toilet dismantles these barriers with radical accessibility. Its dialogue-free narrative transcends language, making it globally comprehensible, hence its popularity across continents. The The series' visual language, rooted in video game aesthetics, built using source filmmaker and assets from Half-Life 2, speaks directly to a generation raised on Twitch streams and Roblox.
Hassan Piker.
Yeah, unlike Kubrick's films, which require cultural capital to unpack, Skibidi Toilet invites immediate participation, fostering fan-driven lore creation on platforms like Reddit and TikTok. This democratization of storytelling empowers viewers to co-create meaning, a feat Kubrick's tightly controlled visions could never achieve. By prioritizing inclusivity over elitism, Skibidi Toilet redefines cinematic art as a communal experience.
All right. You want me to keep on going, or do you want to talk about? Okay.
You'll take part 4.
Part 4: Technological Ingenuity, Machinima as the New Frontier. Kubrick is celebrated for his technical innovation. I fucking mispronounced it already. I was like, fuck it, I might as well go all the way. Kubrick is celebrated for his technical innovations, pioneering a Steadicam in The Shining, pushing special effects in 2001, and mastering candlelight cinematography in Barry Lyndon. Yet these achievements, while impressive, belong to a pre-digital paradigm, tethered to an analog constraints and studio resources. Kubrick's perfectionism, often requiring dozens of takes, reflecting a top-down approach that contrasts sharply with today's collaborative open-source ethos. Skibidi Toilet represents a paradigm shift in filmmaking through its use of machinima, a medium which blends video game engines with cinematic storytelling. Alex Gerasimov.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the term paradigm shift. I can't believe he fucking said paradigm shift. I hate him, dude. Paradigm shift is my least favorite term of all time. Like, it's sort of like black and brown bodies where it's like, okay, buddy.
Did it really shift the paradigm, or was it just a part of a paradigm shift? That's the question.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Honestly.
That's
all right.
quite dialectical.
Alexei Gerasimov, working solo, leverages source filmmaker to craft intricate battle sequences in dystopian landscapes, rivaling the polish of studio productions. The polish of studio production.
The Polish of studio production.
The Polish. Show a Polish man on screen.
Okay,
the series evolving animation quality evidence by episode 40, where episodes resemble 25-minute movies, demonstrate like how it's movies in quotes. like just a fucking Phineas and Ferb episode like length. It's a movie. Demonstrates a scrappy ingenuity absent in Kubrick's OVR. Moreover, Skibidi Toilet's integration of internet culture, e.g., Fortnite-inspired dance, TikTok mashups, showcases a fluidity that Kubrick's static frames cannot match. In an era where AI and virtual production are reshaping cinema, Skibidi Toilet's DIY ethos positions it as a harbinger of future storytelling, far surpassing Kubrick's analog triumphs. That's beautiful.
Part 5. Emotional resonance. Absurdity as catharsis. Kubrick's films are often described as cold and cerebral, prioritizing ideas over emotion. Full Metal Jacket 1987 dissects war's brutality with clinical detachment. Eyes Wide Shut explores desire through a dreamlike haze that alienates as much as it intrigues. Even The Shining, despite its visceral horror, leans on psychological distance, keeping viewers at an arm's length. This emotional restraint, while deliberate, undermines Kubrick's ability to connect with audiences on a primal level. Skibidi Toilet, conversely, harnesses absurdity as a conduit for emotional catharsis. Its bizarre premise, singing toilets waging war against camera-headed cyborgs, elicits laughter, awe, and even empathy.
I'm gonna cry.
The series' escalating stakes, such as the betrayal of Titan's Speaker Man, or the fall of Scientist's Toilet, evoke genuine investment despite the lack of traditional characters. This emotional pull stems from its embrace of quote-unquote random core humor, which resonates with a generation navigating an unprecedented world. Unlike Kubrick's calculated detachment, Skibidi Toilet's chaotic energy mirrors the internet's emotional volatility, offering viewers a shared release. Whoa, kinky. in moments like episode 74, where the how much Skibbity Toilet has capital accumulated?
I was about to say, like, this is some deep ass lore right here. I didn't know about
he
scientist toilet.
He left the call. We were
arguing
about what was better, Skibbity Toilet or Paths of Glory. He left the call for an hour. He just came back and started.
I think this is genuine. I think this is serious. I think it's coming from his heart.
Where the Astro Toilets decimate the Alliance. What the fuck happens in Skibbity Toilet, dude?
This sounds intense. I might have to watch it.
This series captures the raw despair of loss, proving that absurdity can be profoundly affecting.
God, this is beautiful. Counter arguments and rebuttals. Critics might argue that Kubrick's films possess unmatched artistic depth, blending philosophy, literature, and visual art. 2001 draws from Nietzsche's and Clarke. I'm sorry, I've drank a little bit too much. A Clockwork Orange engages with Burgess and behavioral psychology, yet this intellectual heft often overshadows accessibility, rendering Kubrick's work exclusionary. Skibbity Toilet achieves comparable depth through fan-driven interpretation, with Reddit threads theorizing about the toilet's origins or the secret agent's role, proving that complexity need not sacrifice inclusivity. I've seen quite a few film theories about Kubrick films, I think, so I'd have to disagree with that.
Yeah, the capital accumulator. Do you even map Pat, bro?
Like, come on. How can you be a composting fan but not know about the Map Pat collab? Another objection.
That's literally episode 1.
I know.
Yeah.
Another objection might highlight Kubrick's technical mastery, citing his influence on filmmakers like Spielberg and Nolan. However, Skibbity Toilet's machinima framework, created by a single artist, democratizes production in ways Kubrick's resources-intensive methods never could. Its influence on Gen Alpha's creative and output and fan animations, Roblox game suggests a broader, more participatory legacy.
Broad.
I gotta burp real quick.
Dude, I'm broad. I might be broad, but you're.
Is he Alpha? Is he Gen Alpha?
No, he's our age.
He's a Zoomer, so how could he understand?
I know. That's the fucked up thing. He's literally my age.
Oh, that's so sad. He thinks he's young. He's in for a rude awakening.
He's fucking old, bro.
He's an older boomer.
Bro.
Finally, some may claim Kubrick's films endure a timeless classics, unlike Skibbity Toilet's ephemeral meme status. Yet endurance is not superiority. Skibbity Toilet's fleeting virality captures the zeitgeist with unmatched precision, while Kubrick's timelessness risks obsolescence in a post-digital world.
Conclusion: a new cinematic paradigm. Fuck you for saying paradigm so much.
He also said democratize a bit too much. Like, we got it. There was already a section for that.
Dude, this is so libbed up. He fell off, bro. Like, this is some lib slop.
We gotta post this on the Solar Collective.
Good shit. What happened, bro?
Fell off.
What happened? This should be on the Solar Collective website, though.
It should be.
Like, for real. So that way the Quinterna people read it.
I knew someone called Sinestra once. All right, go on.
Imagine like a bunch of 8-year-old Italians like, hey, Skibbity Toilet. Hey.
I feel like there's definitely like a medium to be approached that we need to capture.
We should get the Quinterna people to watch Skibbity Toilet, so it's in their next.
Then they could actually reach the masses. Like, they wouldn't just be writing to like the internet, to nobody. People would actually pay attention.
What the fuck do you mean to nobody?
I don't know, like
their works.
Yeah, but like they're not getting on TikTok and like going Skibbity Toilet viral. Like, Skibbity Toilet has 20 trillion. Okay, yeah, because I haven't mastered Skibbity Toilet. When I master it, I will. That's the thing, is I haven't learned to speak that language yet. When I do, boom.
In conclusion, Skibbity Toilet surpasses every Stanley Kubrick film by excelling in cultural events, narrative efficiency, accessibility, technology. This outro is like, ChatGPT had to have written this. This outro is like
no. It's beautiful. I love it.
And emotional resonance. Kubrick's Orvers, though monumental, is a relic of a slower, more insular era, constrained by its intellectualism and analog roots. Skibbity Toilet, born from the internet's anarchic crucible, redefines cinema as immediate, inclusive, and participatory. any single episode, be it the 11-second Genesis or the 25-minute Epicus Epicus encapsulates a vitality that Kubrick's labored masterpieces cannot touch. As a critic, why are you calling yourself a critic?
He is. What are Marxists? We critique everything?
Oh yeah, like the GSP and Frank article.
That's the real movement.
Yeah, that's like critical, fucking ruthless critique of.
Yeah, ruthless criticism.
Yeah, ruthless criticism.
We gotta ruthlessly criticize fucking Kubrick. Kubrick.
I urge a reevaluation. In the annals of moving images, Skibidi Toilet stands not just as a meme, but as a revolutionary force, heralding a future where art belongs to all.
I think he's got a point.
I think I think this is written by Chat fucking GPT.
I don't think it was. I feel in his I feel human in this. When I read the Chat GPT,
there's nothing human about this.
This is the most human fucking. This is as human as Skibidi Toilet. What do you mean?
This is deeply inhuman.
No, deeply inhuman would be a Stanley Kubrick movie. This is Skibidi Toilet.
Let's go back to an inhuman Stanley Kubrick movie. I don't even know where we go with there. That took so fucking long.
Hey, I think it was worth it. We had to dedicate. We had to show dedication.
Yeah. Anyway, this shit. I think it was brilliant. I think it's probably my second favorite war movie of all time.
I thought it was so good that I want to watch it with my girlfriend. Like, that's one of the first movies we're going to watch, like, very soon. Because I want to watch it again. Like, it was incredible. I loved it.
By the way, just so you know, this was one of the movies I had picked for the...
For real?
Yeah,
on Jabri?
Every single one of them was going to be this level of banger.
God damn. No, I was going to say, like, I haven't watched a movie. I've literally just been watching Skibidi Toilet. Like, for the last fucking 4 months.
Apparently that's way better.
It isn't. No, I can't. I gotta say, like, I think Stanley Kubrick. The thing is, I kind of see where he's coming from at some points, but, like, all that criticism I could not find applicable to Paths of Glory.
Yeah, but there are some great lines in this movie, such as patriotism is the last refuge of the scoundrel.
Yes. Fuck. Yo, I wrote that down in the notes. I was like, God damn.
Dude, Commander Dax is like a proletarian icon.
I love Dax.
Yeah, he gets told to lead his troops to a suicide march for the good of France. He's like,
it's like, come on, guys, that's stupid.
The last refuge of the scoundrel.
I was not expecting it to turn into a courthouse drama. It was incredible.
It does it so well.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a genuinely beautiful film. Like, I thought it was just gonna be a fucking war film. Like, hurrah! Like, we go to war. Hell yeah!
The scene in No Man's Land is so impressive with the flares lighting up the sky.
Yes,
and the grenade.
I might watch it again tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was genuinely blown away by it. It was something else. It was beautiful.
I love the richness. I like the Christ allegory with the three people.
I didn't catch on to that.
Brought to be strapped to the posts and shot, which
I didn't expect them to actually kill him off. Like, I thought I like the entire time I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, like, he's gonna convince George to fucking call it off. And then George was like, nah, he shows up, he's like, I'm gonna fucking watch these people die. And then boom, he invites Dax, he's like, hey, I want you to be fucking general now that I fired that dipshit. And then Dax is like, you're a fucking degenerate. Like, that shit was crazy. That shit was awesome. Oh my god, that shit was incredible. Like, I literally wrote it down. Like, I wrote it down in my notes. Like, oh my god, Dax just called him degenerate. Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, because it comes out that the general ordered artillery to fire on his own troops when they weren't advancing, which leads to the general that wanted these people to die in the first place being fired. So these people die for no reason, and then Dex is offered a promotion. He turns it down. Man, the scenes with the priest I thought were gripping. The three different reactions to death were
Fucking punching the priest was crazy.
Him punching the priest was hard as fuck.
That was so hard. No, oh my god, the fact that they fucking brought this guy out on a stretcher to like, that was so absurd. Like, it just showed how stupid this shit was. I love that. That was like my favorite part. Like, it was,
and they have to pinch his cheeks to make sure he's awake for his own
and then
execution.
just falls back asleep. Like,
I know.
Oh, I love this movie. It's actually incredible.
He did not give a fuck. That shit was so funny. And it's done so well where it just keeps up this very great tone. It reminds me a little bit of Doctor Strangelove. You see those influences.
I thought you were gonna say Doctor Strange for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
Doctor Strange, he ain't Latinx, but he got the Latinx facial hair.
All right.
No, I mean,
I feel like that's more like Tony Stark. Like, he kind of stole Latinx
Tony Stark
heritage.
got that Latinx swagger.
Would you ever? A serious question. Would you ever review like an MCU movie on Composting?
We already have.
Oh, deadass? Which one?
Wait, no, we haven't. We've only reviewed Sony villain-verse movie.
Oh, well, that's even better, arguably.
That's because I don't know. MCU movies aren't interesting enough. Sony villain-verse movies are always like grade A
beautiful.
slop.
Madam Web, oh my god, like, who's that woman? Dakota Johnson, beautiful. All right, continue. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. They're executed by the firing squad. It's brutal. It's fantastic. You see this crushing scene where it's a female no shit, it's a female woman. What the fuck am I talking about? Versus
femoid. What? Got a femoid woman.
A German woman who was kidnapped.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Made to perform for the 701 company. And at first they're ogling her, and then she's just saying this like sad ass crushing music, and they're all like, damn.
Yeah, they start crying to it.
Yeah, they start crying like they were listening to Good Kid, Mad City for the first time.
Yeah, I honestly, I was kind of worried. I thought they were gonna like strip her down naked. Like when I first saw that scene.
Rape her too. I was like,
yeah,
Stanley, I really liked this movie. I know that you like.
You love rape scenes.
I know you love rape. Artistically. Luckily that didn't happen. I thought it was a very interesting scene.
Okay, it's gonna sound dumb, but it's like, this movie really subversed my expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were a lot of things that I thought were gonna happen that did not happen. Like the rape scene. Like, that was an example. I thought it was gonna be a rape scene, but it wasn't. It was just the woman singing and the soldiers crying. I thought that George was gonna be convinced to not fucking execute these people, and then he wasn't convinced. He just showed up and watched it. He was like, fuck yeah. So down to the last minute, I was like, he's gonna call it off, right? Like, he's gotta call it off. There's no way he's actually gonna go through. He doesn't. And that's just crazy to me. It's incredible filmmaker. Like, I've watched Stanley Kubrick movies before, but I'd say this is probably the best I have watched. And maybe that means I'm stupid, but there was something very different. There was something different about this one.
It just does a great job representing how anti-proletarian the First World War was.
Yeah.
Like, I like this more than even All Quiet on the Western Front. Definitely my favorite World War I movie.
It was beautiful.
I thought it was fantastic. What would you give it out of 10?
Honestly, 9. I loved it.
I'm feeling a 27.5 out of 30, making this our 6th highest rated movie.
God damn! Hell yeah, I agree with that.
Doctor Strangelove and The Zone of Interest.
What is 9 out of 10 converted to out of 30?
27.
There we go. Yeah. I was thinking about. I had some thought on my head. It was about the film. I loved it. I genuinely thought it was beautiful. There's nothing else to say about it. It was just incredible.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot to tweet out the ask us questions question.
You want to do it real quick? I'll do it. I can do it on your behalf as well.
Sure, I'm gonna tweet out. Ask.
I gotta go piss again, anyways, real quick. Do you want me to cook up some lasagna real quick so we can give people time to respond if they want to?
Is that real?
Yeah, I got some lasagna. I'll take a picture.
Okay, I thought it was a Bordiga joke.
I'm not joking with you. I always have some lasagna. I'm always strapped up with lasagna.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I'll be back. I'm gonna cook up some lasagna. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Sure.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Ask Composting.
Yay! Let's go. I'm sorry I sent out a separate one because we were short on time. I went ahead and sent out two.
It's totally fine. You sent out 2 tweets?
Well, I retweeted quote-tweeted yours saying to answer to yours, and then I sent my own out for anybody to ask questions.
Where'd you get your ideas? Substance abuse.
Kind of. Okay. Honestly, I always feel like I am on the brink of running out of ideas. This is something that has always afflicted me when it comes to music, when I write with my friends, and now when it comes to these videos. I have always felt like I'm gonna write one last script or I'm gonna write one last song, and then there's nothing left. You know, like that's my final fucking thing that I'm ever gonna produce. I'm never gonna be like, I feel like I have a creative amount, like a amount of creative fluid in my body that is constantly running out. But for some reason, sometimes, like, I guess the human mind is like, it creates things. It's creative, you know? And yeah. I somehow haven't run out yet. Like, when I made the terrorism video, I did kind of run out just because I was crashing out in my life. But then we chose to do something on voting. And the voting video led me to a Rosa Luxemburg speech, which influenced the Ingalls and the Ingalls Stupid video, where it was like, I thought it was a really interesting concept. So a lot of my ideas really come from other videos and other scripts where I realize, oh my God, this is like way too much for just one script. I'm going to have to devote a whole nother topic. Like, I'm going to have to devote a whole nother script to this topic because I cannot do it justice in this video. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like, honest answer is, like, substances a lot of the time. With comedy, I don't know, my brain just works in a certain way where I'm able to come up with shit, fairly quickly. But, like, actual bits, it takes a long time to work out, like, a type 5. But it's usually just spur of the moment things. And I don't know, like, when I start making something, like, I'm gonna take my announcement video of the Politics podcast as an example, because I think that's a really funny video. I start off with, what if I do a dumb parody of like analog horror by opening up an announcement video with like the atomic nuclear warning sound, or whatever the fuck, and a creepy looking monitor effect. So I do that. I just keep adding shit on until I get a certain tone that I like to look for. I think that funny lies within the uncomfortable. Funny lies within gray areas. Funny lies within what's strange, and I try and operate in that space. And a lot of the time, it's just getting my mind into that sort of strange place where you're able to come up with weird shit. Maybe the announcement video is not the best idea. I mean, the best example, but with music, it's like I just get into a flow state and I just start creating. With comedy, it's very on the fly, but the ideas themselves, they just come from me, and a lot of it's just talking to people. Like, the best thing that gets me to come up with jokes is just sitting in a call talking to somebody or being around somebody, because it makes my mind work faster than it does when I'm just by myself.
Have you ever watched Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yep.
I also have a deep appreciation for comedy, and it's always been kind of something that I've been interested in. I've never been able to really bring myself to doing it, but it's always something that I'll write on my notes where it's like, I'm interested in maybe talking about this or that. And for me, it's like, it kind of comes back to what you were saying, like with talking to people. I feel like Curb, when I watched Curb, I was like, I learned about how much this guy, like, he drew from experiences he had in real life.
Yeah. And
he was just able to make bits based off of them. And that completely changed my perspective, because I've always been a really shut-in person.
Yeah, it's hard to be funny if you spend all day inside.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, like, you look at guys like Nick Mullen, and so many of his best bits are just like him talking about working at a call center, or him talking about, or Adam Friedland
I love that.
talking about, like, bullying a kid on his birthright trip.
That's crazy.
And him breaking his boner. That's hilarious.
It's like,
I feel like a lot of the time it's just you have to go outside. And with music, you gotta listen to music. Like comedy, you're talking about life, so you gotta go live life. With music, you've gotta learn the language of jazz or whatever you're playing, and you gotta listen to a shit ton of it. Or that's how it is with anything. But I appreciate that question. From Broom. Are you going to talk about contemporary movements or praxis? I think I'll answer this first because I might have a much less in-depth answer. Yeah, but it's mostly in the context of making fun of like these stupid fucking dog shit parties like the DSA, the PSL, whatever, ACP, whatever the fuck else. You know, like. I don't know, it's always in the context of critique, and I feel like that's sort of mostly relegated to my politics podcast when it comes to like those sorts of serious discussions. But like, honestly, I don't think I'm in a position to like say what is to be done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm even if I do read, I am a comedian who talks about politics sometimes. Like. That's not really my place to say what the left communist movement, if there even is a movement, if there even is a communist movement, should do. Because it does seem somewhat bleak in that regard, which that can sort of be a grim reality to face. I mean, Bordiga talks about this in Considerations of the Party when the general historical situation is unfavorable. But I mean, it's been unfavorable for like what? How fucking long?
Over like damn near a century.
Yeah, pretty much a century. Well, over a century because it's like 23.
Yeah, literally 23.
Yeah, 1923. So like 102 years. The general historical situation has been unfavorable. So that sort of becomes a difficult thing. But then I just look to the Rosa Luxemburg quote of the most revolutionary thing one person can do is describe the current situation as it exists.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I think in talking about history and doing the audiobooks thing, you can apply that to the present day. But yeah, it's hard to talk about revolutionary praxis and contemporary movements because it's like, what contemporary movements?
The way I view it, and I've thought about this for a script in the past. Like, I definitely want to make more videos of like I'm in the same position as you are, where it's like I don't feel like I am capable of answering the question of what is to be done. But I would love to explore like what Lenin has like what he believed which should be done first. Like, you know, like he talked about making a revolutionary newspaper. Like that's the first step towards really making a revolutionary movement. What I find more interesting is the idea of an approaching revolutionary situation, which I wholeheartedly do believe is coming. And I know it's like you said, it feels very bleak, but it's, in my opinion, when you look at the way that economies are beginning to clash right now, you have China, which is beginning to really emerge and is starting to contest the American economy. Well, it kind of seems like we're in a pre-World War I situation.
We're in a we're gearing up for a third great inter-imperialist war.
Yes,
no doubt. I don't say that to be alarmist. I'm just saying that it is the same economic patterns as before every other.
Yep, exactly.
Great imperialist conflict, and you know.
No, it's like you said it with Rosa Luxemburg. It's like you got to be able to look the situation in the face and be able to describe it as it is.
Yeah, and I agree. I completely agree with you on that. Except it's like, what workers' organizations are there?
None.
Yeah, because in World War I, you have a powerful workers' movement, right? That's able to take advantage of that situation. In World War II, there was no powerful workers' movement to take advantage of that situation. And what happened? We have what we have today, and was nearly a death blow to the communist movement for a century.
The way I view it. Sorry.
It's like, I guess we're, I don't know, we're starting, I don't think that the workers' movement is prepared for a third world war. It's just gonna, there's gonna be no means by which to take advantage of it.
I don't think a third world war is, I do certainly think that it is gonna happen within the next, 25 to 50 years. But at the same time, I do believe that in the time leading up to it, contradictions within capitalism are going to result in more of organization within the proletariat. You're starting to see the first sparks of it with union organizations and with Amazon and Starbucks. You're starting to see the proletariat is genuinely just wanting to organize itself. And as Marx, as Lenin described, that's the first step in the revolutionary movement for the workers. Now, the what I think is most important, in answering what is to be done, what we have to do, is that we have history that we can learn from and we can draw from in order to actually guide us in being successful this time. And it shows, in my opinion, that it's you need to really fucking fight opportunism. You need to set aside what is the authentic Marxist position on this and that topic. You gotta combat it and make sure that you have a strong communist current for when that situation does come. Because as Marx, as Lenin, as Engels described it, imperial conflict, that is primarily the source of a revolutionary situation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously this show's much more silly, but I don't know. It is a form of propaganda. I like pointing people towards resources where they can learn more, creating resources where people can learn more. Yeah. I guess that it's I can only do so much, right? I mean, on the politics show, I'm able to give the basic left communist position on whatever we're talking about, defend it. It'll be criticized by the guest, usually. It'll be criticized by my co-host, usually, but I'll defend it. And I do think, Jordan, that even if our politics are different, that they think I'm intelligent and they're willing to give me that opportunity. I do appreciate that.
Another
thing,
it's
I don't know. I get that. It just feels often so lonely, where I just get wrapped up in what I'm doing, because it's I don't know, when it really gets down to it. In the most immediate of senses, I am quite alone in it, in the sense that there's nobody in my city who agrees with me.
I get what you feel.
It's so distant that I have a writing group that's all across the world, that's so spread out. We have a few YouTubers, I guess. I'm glad that we're solid, the Communist Left on YouTube. I don't know if heterodox Marxism is, I don't know what his politics are. He makes good shit.
Yeah, he's really talented.
He's incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him about getting involved in the audiobooks thing, but I don't know. When I think about it, it's maybe Freda. He's coming on soon. I'm not sure what his specific positions are. You, Unajoy, and me. You know.
Yeah.
And Vosh, if you're a deep Voshologist like me. But shout out the time that Vosh said he agreed with Amadeo Bordiga's critique of anti-fascism after Trump won.
Yo, kind of based? Is that true?
Yeah, I went into his chat after Trump won. I asked him, "Yo, Vosh, do you agree with Amadeo Bordiga's critique of liberal anti-fascism in light of this current situation?" He said, "Yes."
One other comment on the whole contemporary movements is I am eventually thinking about making a little series. You know, you remember Vicky 1999?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were the first hate comment we ever got on English and French women. They commented, this video is made and you should actually talk to sex workers on two separate accounts. But she used to have this series about explaining modern ideologies like Trotskyism, what's Maoism, what's Dangism. I would love to do that, but from a perspective of how that's not Marxist. That is something that does interest me.
Oh, I would do, honestly, I would like to help out with
Fuck
your
yeah.
shit more. I'd
Fuck
be
yeah. I'm always
down
looking for help.
to help out
I'm
with that.
I'm fucking helpless. Like I am a mess. If you can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel you should hang out in the Solar Collective Discord more.
I get too much in my head. Like it's
No, except here's the
big
thing.
problem for
We
me.
honestly, so much of what we do is we just criticize each other's ideas and help us through each other through writer's block. I really do think that would help you out.
Honestly, yeah,
'Cause they're
that's exactly what I
deeply-
fucking need.
They're deeply intelligent. Put the Solar Collective Discord towards the top of your sidebar. We're in Discord calls there like all the time.
If you could
So-
DM it to me, I would love to join.
You're in it.
Am I fucking?
It's called Solar Station. I'm saying, yeah, put it towards the top of your server sidebar.
I'm looking for it. I'll look for it. Oh yeah, I found it. Solar Station. Oh my god, you're right. I am in it.
Mhm.
God, I need to get out
Yeah,
of my
but
ass.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I do want to, hopefully I'll be able to visit, Quinterna and +1, at some point in the near future. I'd love to do, maybe for your channel, a interview with them.
Fuck yeah.
Because that just does not fit anything else I do other than Library of the Communist Left. But like your channel has more reach, so if you'd be down for me to make a video for your channel interviewing N+1.
Honestly, I'd be down to make an entire interview channel. Like,
I don't know, except then we get so fucking spread out because how many videos
Yeah,
is there going
that's
to
a
be
good
on
point.
that fucking channel?
yeah, fuck yeah, I'd be down to do that kind of collaboration then. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Like, would you actually go out to like where they're based?
Yeah, they invited us to Italy.
Oh damn.
But yeah, that was a good question. I do appreciate that question. I do appreciate that it's like in a non-judgmental way because there is this just like expectation of like, especially from liberals who like disagree with me in Dead Domain's comments section, and be like, but what do you do? It's just like the armchair thing, which I mean I get it. It's like, yeah, but like principally, what can I really do as an individual? All I can do is describe the situation as it exists, which...
Hey, like,
Sure.
they called the fucking Bolsheviks an elitist group of intellectuals, you know? They ended up leading a fucking revolution.
They called it that until they ended up convincing enough people, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't consider myself at that level, but...
Definitely not me neither.
Yeah, you know...
I can only strive. I can really only strive.
We can only strive to be that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for the very, very fantastic question. Alrighty. If you could choose humanist Marxism or structural Marxism from Goob Guy. Probably structural Marxism. I have a loathing for humanism generally. I mean, Goob and I are in agreement with this. We're both philosophical egoists. So he'd agree with that. My issues with humanism are very clear.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's exactly the stance I have. Although I don't feel like I know enough to really have a position on that, I do definitely feel an inherent opposition to humanism as a concept. You know, just like
Oh yeah. I think it's just complete liberal brainworms.
yeah, definitely.
I think that humanists are class enemies. Marxism as a political movement is rooted in workers' self-interest. You know what I mean?
Definitely, it literally is. Yeah.
Marx talks about this in the German Ideology, Volume 3. Even if it has issues with Stirner, like egoism
Saint
fundamentally is a any true egoist is a Marxist.
Yeah, I love that fucking quote so much. It goes so hard.
And I agree. I
Yeah.
completely agree, and that's why I consider myself philosophically an egoist. Marxism is my scientific outlook with the personal basis in egoism. And
I 100% agree with
that's
that.
subjective. I don't think that there's anything innately superior out of supporting the Marxist movement out of a desire for helping your fellow man or out of a desire of getting ahead and helping yourself. I think that they're both equally fair, except I don't know. Even then, I do think that most I want to help other people is a worship of your own ego. It's a worship of your self-image. It's a desire to be some sort of Christ figure, which is deeply egoist. That is complete self-interest. You know what I mean? So egoism is just this inescapable thing. I think that at the end of the day, it's just a matter of being more straightforward and honest. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a major position I have for me. Like when it comes to Marxism, it is for me. It is in large part of a thing of self-interest. You know, like I want to. When you mentioned the philosophical side of it, right? I have like this tangent that I love to go on to my friends about, where it's like when I was a kid, I was like, I want to go to Mars, bro. I want to go to space, you know. And it's like then you see, oh my god, like all this shit that I read in these like science books, we're not doing that shit. Because there's just no profit incentive to do it. Now that like it's starting to develop, but it's like personally, there's a lot of things that I want to see out of my own interest that I see being possible through revolution, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Moving on. Thank you for the great question, Goop. From Karshevik, favorite Gran Turismo game? GT4, baby. Gotta be GT4. That's what I grew up on.
What's a Gran Turismo game?
What was that?
What's a Gran Turismo game?
It's that... Fucking awesome racing games.
Okay, it's racing games?
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry. You said GTA 4 counts as a Gran Turismo game?
GT4. Gran Turismo 4.
Oh, GT. Oh.
It's not a genre. It's a game.
It's a series. Okay, let me look it up. It would have to be one that was on PS2. I didn't have really consoles when I was growing up, sadly.
Yeah. GT4 is on the PS2. GT3 and GT4 were on the PS2.
Let me see, because I do think I remember playing a GT game.
GT4 A-Spec is a great mod, too. I guess if that counts, I love GT4 A-Spec, but I guess that's not official.
I had a PS2 hand-me-down from a cousin, and I had like 5 or 6 games that I would play on repeat, and there's a big chance that Gran Turismo was one of them. I'm just going to have to verify it real quick. But if it had to be any, it would have to be from the PlayStation 2 era, which, like you said, Gran Turismo 4 would be there.
Yeah. Favorite weird pizza topping? Anchovies. Which I guess it's not that weird.
Okay, if you don't think that's that weird, mine is definitely not that weird. I love Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, I love it. It's good. Okay,
it's good. No, it's good.
It's incredible.
I will say, I was
hate on it too much.
I was on a drink diet because I had palate surgery, and I didn't have salt for like a month. And the moment I got off of that drink diet, I got a anchovy and olive pizza.
Honestly, anchovies sounds fucking good. I have never had them, but I'm so down to try them one day.
Yeah, anchovy and olive was too much. It was just all of the brine.
Yo, that heartburn afterwards was going hard,
dude,
bro.
It was. I don't know. It was like a pregnancy craving, and estrogen has been giving me IROC pregnancy cravings, where like every now and then I like wake up and my boobs are larger and I want to eat hot wings for some reason.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, which is great. It's goated. Give me money for being attractive. It's crazy that people just give me money for being hot. I think that's really funny.
I gotta start posting fucking thirst traps one day.
Yeah. I mean, Aiden is the hottest of your group, to be fair.
Oh, just because I haven't done a face reveal.
Oh, damn. Spicy Latinx.
I'm fucking Hispanic. There's no white boys can't compete against this Latinx.
No, Aiden's fucking hot. Dude,
you haven't seen Latinx buddy right here,
bro. Aiden is really fucking hot. There's no.
You haven't seen
Latinx
right here.
Aiden is a fiery non-binary.
You can't compete with Latinx, you know, like
fiery non-binary.
You gotta have that Latinx riz, that Latin riz.
He's a him lesbian riz. You don't have that.
I have more. It's like called Latinx, you know.
No, you have zero he him lesbian riz.
You just haven't seen it.
Okay.
Haven't seen it.
Okay, fine. You do sound like
a
lesbian, though.
I know I do. I really do. Like, I look like a lesbian, too. I look like a lesbian. It's horrible.
Okay, damn. Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, shorty.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if there are more questions. Up 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 up. Do do do. What do do do? Do do. Oh, I have a bunch. Muscle girls or chubby girls? Muscle girls every day.
Chubby girls every day.
Damn, real?
Fuck yeah. I'm on that gooby. I fuck with the gooby.
You're
guy
on
train.
the gooby guy, right? I don't get the gooby guy. I respect the gooby guy.
Nah, there's something about like chubby girls, man. Like,
I don't.
Beautiful.
I'm an anorexic, so a lot of that's just self-hatred. A lot of that's just like self-hate coming out.
Yeah.
Not that I'm fat.
Maybe it might be for me. It might be a reverse because I was always fatter as a kid. So I guess like I have self-love. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something about like.
Okay. I don't know what it is with black dudes and Latin dudes Latinx. Sorry. With loving fat bitches.
I don't love fat bitches. I like you know that picture that goes viral where it's like the girl who's like slightly overweight and it's like, are men even straight? I'm like, that's fucking hot, you know?
That's great, buddy.
Thank you. All right. I'm the most painfully straight person. I hate it. I wish I was more zesty. The only thing that's zesty about me is my voice.
That's fair. Yeah, that's all the questions. My question for you is, did the happen?
It did. I have the controversial opinion that it might have happened.
Okay, and with that, you want to tell people where they can find you?
I guess you can find me at rosemediayt.com or hopefully.
Rose Media or are you homily from Rose Media? I still don't know.
We'll see as it develops, you know? I do the
Rose
voice.
Media?
If you'd like to be, you could be. It depends on how much you write.
I'm Rose Media.
I end up doing a lot of the reading and like the fucking writing. So I guess in a way I am Rose Media, but you know it's not an individual endeavor. There's a lot of people who go into it. Yeah, I don't like giving it a face. He does a lot of quote readings. I would honestly consider him an honorary member at the very least. Mr. Kami Turk, like he does a lot of quote readings. But yeah, I don't know. I like having it exclusive. I mean inclusive. Yeah. What the fuck am I saying? I like it being inclusive. Yeah. I don't want to give it a face or anything.
So you're a cock.
No, I don't want to be.
What do you think about cuckolding?
I think it's weird. I don't know if that's bad. I don't fuck with it.
You don't want your wife to get fucked by a black guy.
It's bad vibes. It's really weird vibes, you know.
Well, yeah, because I don't like it because it's straight. You know.
You think it's like I think it's oddly homosexual.
No. I feel like there's something hot about like two lesbians in a relationship. One of them watches while the other gets fucked by another lesbian. Like, that's hot.
Well, when you put it in that perspective, what do you think of, like, bisexual men in relationships with two women?
All need to be killed.
Yeah, they do.
That's
true. There's no I don't believe in bisexuals. There's just, you're either gay or you're straight. Like, just choose a lane.
I'm a lesbian, except sometimes you know how it be. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Like, I'm lesbian as fuck, but, like, sometimes, you know.
Yeah, the conclusion for me is I don't fuck with cuckoldry, though. I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like, I mean, no kink shaming, but it's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
kink
get some self-respect. We should kink shame more often.
I agree. Except unless it's on my private account. I don't know if you've seen my private account.
I don't like getting on people's privates.
My private account's fucking deranged, dude.
I know. I've had private accounts that are deranged. I wasn't a psychosis, but...
Literally the last thing I tweeted was, what am I? And it's a poll between whore, bimbo, slut, and skank.
What's the difference between a whore, skank, and slut?
You wouldn't get it.
I guess I'm too straight, you know?
Yeah.
I'm too straight, but I'm not straight enough for cuckoldry, I guess. I didn't even, like I said, in my opinion, it's kind of like, there's got to be some sort of homosexual tendency in seeing another man, like, fucking your girl. Because you're trying to project yourself onto them. You know? I don't know.
For cucking. 2 straight to let the black guy fuck my wife. It doesn't work.
Nah,
anyway.
Alright.
I'm a dildo attached to guy's forehead.
And I'm squatting to avoid a dildo getting into your butthole.
And we're
posting. Posting cum.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
It's no
posting like fan posting.